So this is going to happen to everyone eventually. You're using your topicals, you're putting it on twice a day, morning and night. You're not missing a day. And as the weeks go on, you start to see that your skin looks dull, especially in certain lighting. It even looks darker, and you're just wondering, what the heck? The first couple of days of using this topical, your skin probably looked a little brighter. It was smoother. You were excited. And then the more time wears on, it's almost like it's reversing. So we're going to talk about why this happens and what you can do to actually help this process. Because I know even for me, it really just like takes you down a notch, because you're just excited to be making just any type of just headway with your lightening journey. And when you start to see that, it's discouraging. Don't worry about the background noise. We have family in town and it's just a rainy summer evening. So I'm going to try to get through this without too many disruptions. But when this happens, you have to understand that when you're using topicals, especially like vitamin C, alpha-arbutin, glycolic acid, any retinoids, hydroquinone, all of these increase your skin cell turnover. So that means that the old and the dull, the darker skin cells are going to be rising to the surface faster. And this is basically going to happen in waves because our skin cells, they turn over anyways every so often. So this is actually speeding up the process. So you are going to have moments where it looks bright and it looks new and it's shiny. And then you're just going to have it where it's looking just darker, patchy, even grayish. And you have to remember that this is just temporary. It's kind of like a purging phase, and sometimes it looks like it's getting worse before it gets better. I will say that whenever you're using any type of AHAs, hydroquinone, retinol, any of those, it is increasing your sun sensitivity. So that means that even when you're only in the sun for, let's say, under 10 minutes, it can still darken your skin. And it can darken your skin faster than if you were not using these. It causes like a post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, especially if you're not using sunscreen. So it's kind of a double-edged sword because you're using these products to brighten your skin and to lighten it. And it's also making your skin more prone to darkening when you have skin exposure. So I know some people, they don't really do topicals or a whole lot of lightening in the summer. They kind of just stock up on all of their favorites and they start it in the winter. Another thing is that if you're applying these and you're not putting on an SPF, even when you're not outdoors, I know a lot of people have, just desk jobs where they're inside, or maybe even like work from home, you have to still be applying SPF, even if you're just driving. I cannot tell you the tan lines I would get just from driving. It's insane, especially if you live somewhere that's really, really sunny and hot. Another reason you could be seeing this darkening is that you're dehydrated. Your skin is dehydrated and the product is building up. So some of these lightening products, yes, there is cell turnover and you are shedding those skin cells. Even if you cannot visibly see it, you're shedding them more. And some of these can cause some irritation, some drying. I tell my girls on Patreon, it is totally normal to have some peeling, especially when you're using the mixture that I just made a video on, or even any of the other skin lightening DIY recipes that I've posted on Patreon. Like, you're going to have some peeling, and that's good because like sometimes you'll just be rubbing your back and then all of a sudden you take your hand away and you see this, what looks like dirt, and it's actually just those darker skin cells. So this is normal, but you should not have this irritation 24/7. Your skin cannot handle that. In fact, that's what can cause even more hyperpigmentation and inflammation. That's not normal. So yes, you're going to have phases where you have some peeling, and your skin's gonna look a little dull, grayish, ashy, but in the end, you should have moments where it is bright, or phases where it is bright and it's shiny and it's lighter, and then you're gonna have, those times when it does look the grayish, ashy, dull color. Another thing we need to talk about is uneven fading or shadowing. So when you're lightening, you don't lighten evenly every time. Like, it just doesn't happen. Especially if you're using topicals that are going to speed it up, there are definitely spots that you're probably going to miss. I know for me, there's spots that I miss. One of them is like the close to your armpit, so not actually your armpit, but like that area right in between, like where your boob and your chest meet your armpit. I always miss that area for some reason. I get my shoulders perfectly, but that area, that'll look darker. You have to check like on the side, like under your boobs, around the belly button. Usually when I'm using my topicals, like the other week, I could tell that the new formulation that I made is like really, really working, because I have like a dark shadow around my belly button where I wasn't taking the time to really massage like underneath my my piercing. So it just has a dark, the darker skin, and then you see obviously the brighter skin all around it. Some people will just have, just different spots on parts of their leg. This is normal. It does happen. You do have deeper layers of melanin, and so some of those are going to show through more strongly than other surface layers. So it can also give you the illusion that your skin is actually getting darker before it starts to actually clear. For most people, I know some people, like, they want kind of like a radical change. Like, they want to go from dark Kelly Rowland to like light bright white. And yeah, there are topicals that can do that, but the unevenness and the chance of giving yourself, some of these, like, I don't want to say skin diseases, they're higher when you do that. And I think more people, it goes wrong for them than it goes right. So even when you're watching people on social media, you have to understand you're not seeing their entire body. You're seeing them in clothes. And also, when you're filming, the camera will kind of even out your skin tone a little more, and you can really see more of patchy unevenness. Like, I know for me, like, I have to take pictures of my skin to really see it on camera. Some of it, you won't see it as clearly. So just know that everything that you see on camera, it isn't always what it actually is. So what you should do if you are having these issues, first off, you need to stick with your topicals for at least 4 to 6 weeks. So if within the first week, within the first 2 weeks, you're starting to see this darkening, just know that that is normal. But until you give up on whatever formula you're using, you really need to give it a full 4 to 6 weeks. This is why it's so important to be taking your before and after pictures. If you have like a color swatch, I would definitely hold that up to you, and whatever one is closest to the color you are right now, kind of, put a check on it, or, just have it documented. And so then when you can go back in 6 weeks, put that same color swatch up and see what new color you are. Because sometimes when you're seeing yourself every single day, you really can't notice the difference. So that's really, really important, just the physical before and after, because your eyes they'll betray you. They'll betray you. People talk about body dysmorphia. Skin dysmorphia is such a thing. Another thing is you need to be wearing SPF at least 30 plus daily. I'm doing a lot of physical SPFs, so ones with like zinc, mineral sunscreen, stuff like that. You need it to be at least 30%, and you need to make sure that you're wearing it even if you're indoors. And I know this is weird for a lot of people, but it's what you have to do. Even if you're indoors, wear it. They're just like, you can have plants and you don't have to have all of your plants right in front of the window to get sunlight. You can have them further inside your house and they're still going to get that light from your window. So just keep that in mind. Also consider like alternating between different actives. I know a lot of girls on Patreon, they'll say that they'll do this one mixture like for a couple months, and then they'll take a break from it and they'll switch it up and maybe start using alpha arbutin, or just they change the ingredients and they just cycle on and off. But again, you would do this like, every at least like 2 months, every 3 months. And so you could do like a barrier repairing ingredient like ceramides, niacinamide, peptides. This is also why it's so important to be taking like collagen. Vitamin D is really good, vitamin E, things that help build up your skin as well, because that's going to help with this and your skin actually looking healthy. Because using topicals the wrong way can definitely make your skin look worse. So let me know if you guys have any questions about this. Definitely check out Patreon. There's so many good videos and just information, especially if you're doing internal lightening. So what dosages to be taking, what exactly to take, just everything from Monday to Friday, what you should be doing, what you should be doing on weekends. Like, it's just all on there. So definitely go check out that. I am so excited. My 90-day accelerated skin lightening checklist planner is now ready. This is perfect if you're struggling to keep up your routine or if you don't know where to start. Basically, this is like day by day what I did to achieve my goals within 3 months. I tell you basically everything you need to know. All you have to do is like check off the box. So I should tell you like what to take in the morning, what to take in the evening. For different weeks, you guys will be doing like coffee enemas. There are certain times where you'll be doing just different exfoliation routines. I show you or tell you about what topical I mix together. It's really affordable. This isn't like something you're gonna have to like put hundreds of dollars into, but it'll get you started. And basically these are my results doing this exact routine from basically like 3 months, like 90 days. So if you guys are interested, there is a link in the description where you can get it. I'm just so excited for this. Like, I worked so hard on it, and yeah, it tells you just step by step what to do every day. You just check it off. You don't have to really think about it. And yeah, it's going to really help you achieve your goals.